Goede verkoopcijfers, lovende recensies, het kon allemaal niet op voor Codemasters DiRT 2. Toch knaagde er bij sommige gamers één ding. De rallygame was wel heel Amerikaans en kende wat weinig traditionele rally. En dus wist Codemasters wat er te doen stond voor het vervolg.
60% of your career is spent rallying, and rally is very much the core of the game. It's what's important to us, what's important to our fans. I think we realised that in DiRT 2 we just didn't simply have enough rally in there and enough rally content. So in terms of content, there's pretty much a history of great rally cars all the way back to the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, the Group B cars from the early 80s, 90s, all the way up to modern WRC cars, including Ken Block's Fiesta that he'll be racing in, and the new Mini that Chris Meek will be competing in WRC.
Om de auto's in DiRT 3 weer net iets realistischer te laten bewegen, werd nauw samengewerkt met fabrikanten uit de autowereld.
We've worked a lot with actual manufacturers, not just of the cars but of the components of the cars, so the guys that make the suspension, the dampers, the tyres, the wheels, all that kind of thing. So that's enables to have a lot more authentic feel to the car and lower the actual centre of gravity in the car, so it's in now its proper position in the car. So what you'll really notice when you play it is the feel of the weight shift of the car. When you go into a bend, you can actually feel through the controller where the weight of the car is, and it's a lot more authentic while still remaining approachable.
How do the track designs work? Is it like realistic track designs from the rally event, or is it artistic freedom?
So it all starts off with, we send an art team actually out to the location. So for example, Kenya, we send an art team out there, they take thousands and thousands and thousands of reference photos, everything from like surroundings to the way that the road surface is made up, the different transitions between those. So for example, Kenya, you'll see it go from like quite a hard red mud into dust, a very dusty sandy texture, into broken tarmac, but also then the routes themselves are a little bit of artistic license. They're based on real roads, but then made a bit more kind of fun and a bit more challenging than perhaps the real roads are in real life. So it's based on reality, but then given that little bit of artistic license to be able to do something a little bit cooler than the actual real roads are.
Ondanks dat DiRT 3 zich meer op traditionele rally richt, wordt ook de mainstream doelgroep niet uit het oog verloren. Zij kan bijvoorbeeld aan de slag met een van de vele party modes, zoals Cat and Mouse of Capture the Flag.
It's kind of taking some cues from shooters and what they do really well in the multiplayer space, and trying to do something with a racing game that's not just about getting to the line first, not just about who's the quickest, but something that you can play for 10 minutes before you go out, or just pick up and have a bit of a laugh with without it being too serious.
DiRT 3 is het eerste deel uit de serie zonder de Colin McRae-naam eraan verbonden. Toch doet Codemasters er alles aan om ervoor te zorgen dat de verongelukte rallycoureur niet vergeten wordt.
The Colin's ethos of if in doubt, flat out, it runs through the studio. I mean, it sounds like a bit of a cliche to say it, but it is very much true. I mean, most of the guys in the studio have been there through the Colin McRae games, knew Colin, so it's very important to us that we carry on his philosophy and his ethos through our games. We also work very closely with a McRae Vision charity, and several of his cars are in there, several of his liveries as well. So it's very much still part of the studio and part of the game.